Welcome to Health and Scribbles. Dive into your biology and enjoy our content.
Before anyone knew the letters A, B, or O, blood was just blood, a silent code inside every human survivor. Today, scientists are discovering that this code is not random. It predicts how well someone handles stress, how their brain ages, and even how their immune cells respond to invisible enemies. The shocking part is not that blood types differ, but that the modern world may be pushing some of them toward unexpected risks. Recent studies from Harvard, Stanford, and the University of Tokyo showed that the blood type someone inherits may quietly influence health outcomes more than diet, exercise, or personality. The modern understanding of blood types began just over a century ago, but the evolutionary story encoded in them reaches back tens of thousands of years. When researchers at Oxford compared genetic markers from ancient hunter-gatherer remains, they discovered that type O dominated early human populations. This was not a coincidence. Type O red cells have no A or B antigen, an advantage in environments where wounds and infections were common. It allowed early humans to exchange blood through injuries without triggering fatal immune reactions. But when agriculture emerged, dense settlements created new epidemics. Geneticists from Kyoto University suggest that type A emerged as a defense mutation, allowing stronger immune response against bacterial pathogens, thriving in crowded villages. This genetic trade-off still exists today. A large 2022 Danish cohort study involving more than 4 million people showed that type A individuals have a measurably higher baseline level of von Willebrand factor, increasing their risk of clot formation by nearly 40% compared to type O subject. That same study revealed that O carriers bleed longer during surgery, a benefit for cardiovascular longevity, but a danger in severe trauma cases. Type B appears next in the evolutionary timeline. Concentrated historically in Central Asian nomads, a 2023 University of Seoul report analyzed over 200 indigenous blood maps and found a direct correlation between B frequency and ancient pastoralist migration route. The B antigen did not emerge random. It offers enhanced resistance to certain gram-negative bacteria carried by herd animals. This specialization comes with a modern consequence. Immunologists at Johns Hopkins documented that type B individuals show the highest prevalence of autoimmune markers among all blood groups, suggesting their immune systems may remain in an evolutionary state of hypervigilance. The rarest outcome of this evolutionary shift is AB, a genetic fusion created only when A and B lineages intermit. AB did not exist in early human history. It appears in genetic records fewer than 2,000 years. Its medical paradox is striking. Because AB blood cells carry every major antigen, their immune systems recognize nearly all other types as safe. This makes AB the universal recipient. Yet a 2016 Neurology Journal meta-analysis, reinforced by a 2023 Mayo Clinic replication study, shows AB carriers have a significantly greater chance of cognitive impairment and later, particularly memory. One proposed mechanism involves factor, a clotting protein found at higher concentrations in AB individuals, which may contribute to cerebral microocclusions that accumulate silently for decades. Despite widespread diet has very little impact on how these antigen systems. Researchers at Stanford tested so-called blood type diets on 1,098 volunteers and found metabolic patterns specific to any. Instead, biochemical differences appear in deeper mechanisms. A report in Nature Communications demonstrated type O individuals express lower levels of intercellular adhesion molecule 1 during inflammatory response, which may explain why they have reduced risk of severe a finding long observed but rarely Meanwhile, type A cells express more sialic acid residues on their skin, giving certain viruses an easier binding, a mechanism suspected in the higher severity rates among type A patients during the first waves of COVID-19. According to multiple Chinese and European genome-allied associations, understanding blood types means understanding biological. Each type solves an ancient problem, but inherits a modern vulnerability. Nowhere is this clearer than in the Rh factor distinction between positive and negative. The Rh antigen itself is not a genetic analysis from Cambridge places wide expansion between 35,000 and 50,000 individuals hit the Rh negative are living examples of a genetic branch that never fully. The mutation, their blood becomes dangerous during. An Rh negative mother carrying an Rh positive fetus may produce antibodies that attack the developed. Before the discovery of ROGAM treatment in the 19th, infant mortality rates were dramatically higher in Rh mixed. This is not a disease, but an evolutionary incompatibility, still active in every hospital. Another paradox is the way blood types influence infection. Helicobacter, the bacterium responsible for most gastric binds more isolated cells from type O individuals due to the absence of A and B glycoprotein. A 2021 Japanese gastroenterology study demonstrated O subjects were 35% more likely to develop ulcerative lesions, even when controlling for lifestyle. In contrast, type A individuals showed higher rates of gastric progression when infected, suggesting the antigen structure does not prevent infection, but modifies disease. Meanwhile, type B individuals show lower infection rates for both H. pylori and Escherichia, but experience higher inflammatory response once infection. Blood type even affects how the body reacts. A 2024 study by the European Society of Endocrinology, 2,700 participants, and found A. Individuals sustained elevated cortisol levels for significantly longer after stress exposure compared to their sympathetic nerve, returned to baseline up to 40 minutes slower than type O. This supports decades of epidemiological findings linking type A to higher incidence of hypertension and myocarditis, independent of personality traits, often incorrectly associated with the so-called type. Perhaps counterintuitive discovery is how blood types shape. Contrary to type O is not universally as. A 2022 Alzheimer's and dementia report showed carriers retain more gray matter volume in regions, yet experience higher susceptibility to microvascular lesions when severe blood loss events occur early. In contrast, AB individuals demonstrate lower baseline gray matter volume but greater cerebrovascular resilience. This suggests that the same antigen patterns guiding immune decisions also influence neurovascular repair. Reveal even more. In India, where type B is far more common, autoimmune disorders, implying that environmental pathogens shape how each blood type expresses it. In Africa, where malaria type O remains dominant for clear bile, yet Northern Europe, or RIC, possibly because its clot-prone tendencies were advantageous in cold climates where external bleeding. The most compelling question is if blood type carries impairments. Mismatches between that genetic legacy and modern world may explain silent vulnerabilities. No doubt. Someone might wonder whether stress feels heavier because their ancestors evolved, or whether digestive problems follow from a bacterial binding site written into their. What part of their daily experience is not personal choice, but an inherited. If they blood type, do they see themselves? Would they share how this silent code has shaped their life in ways expected?